Hey y'all, it's Ariane Belizaire and I'm here with your quick insider tip for the day. You may or may not know this, but most of the spaces that we design are designed around engaging all 5 of your senses. Now, sight is the most obvious one. This is where we pay attention to what the space looks like so that it's visually appealing to you. When you decorate your space, make sure you take into account what you can see in the space and eliminate any distractions or anything that takes away from the look, feel, and vibe you want for that room. We also enhance the lighting in the space. We play up natural light so that we can get brightness and people can see the things that are happening in the space. We add lighting to spaces that need to have tasks and activities happening in them so the person doing those activities can actually see. And we dim lighting or downplay lighting so that the areas of the room that we don't want to highlight are subtly camouflaged and recede into the background. Next is sound. If this is a living space or family gathering area, we make sure we take into account the audio and visual needs for that space. Are they going to be watching football games? Are they needing to have music piped in for gatherings and dinner parties? Those are the things that we pay attention to when we create the design of a space. And when you're designing your space, think about how the audio needs to play a role in supporting the vibe you want for that room. Smell. Did you ever notice that in each of our projects you can usually spot at least one candle in the space? Now, this is not just because candles are one of our favorite elements to style with. It's also because smell is an important sense that triggers emotions when you enter a space. The smells could trigger good emotions or bad emotions, and for the design concept, we make sure that we lean toward the good by bringing in scents and smells that are nostalgic for our clients, evoke feelings and emotions of peace, calm, and relaxation. Whatever that client wants the vibe of that room to be, we make sure smell plays a role in getting us to the finish line. Touch is a fun one. One of my favorite times of a client presentation is when we pull out all the fabrics and textures and materials and samples that we'll be using in the space. And usually the client starts off very reserved, but by the end of the meeting, they're kind of like stroking the fabrics and feeling them. But we know that touch is very important, and the way things feel is very important to our client's level of comfort about a space. So when we think about touch for the design concept, we make sure we bring in fabrics and materials that are soft and luxurious feeling and are really soft to the touch so that the client can really enjoy the space when they live in it. When you decorate your space, pay attention to not only what the pillows and throws and sofa materials, what they look like, but also pay careful attention to how they feel, because this is going to play a role in your sensory experience of that space. And finally, taste. Now, taste is really easy to address when we're dealing with a space like a kitchen. But how do we bring that sense into a space that's not a kitchen? Well, you can usually find something edible or drinkable in one of our spaces when we do the final reveal for the client. In a master bedroom, we may have a tray on the bed with the client's favorite Earl Grey tea or a glass of wine or some cookies. In a living room, we will usually pop popcorn or bake fresh cookies or add some element that can bring the 5th sense into the room so that the experience is complete. So when you are designing your space, if it's a living room, maybe there's a jar of candies that you love and you want to just be able to grab at a moment's notice. In a kitchen, maybe it's a bowl of fruit on the countertop that you can easily grab. These are some very simple and easy ways you can bring taste into your sensory experience for your room. Making sure your space engages all 5 senses is one of the secret sauce methods we use to take our rooms to the next level. And I just told you how you can do it too. So I hope you use some of those methods. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful for you. Otherwise, I hope that you're inspired to go and style your own space.